So having the interest expense set up here for the line of credit, we are now ready. We just want to model any additions that could be made to this line of credit. So as a result, we will have to bring in the maximum amount for the line of credit. Like we said before, we have it set up here for us as $15 million. So this is the maximum that this private equity could withdraw from its revolver. So going forward, we're going to offset this amount. So we take this amount. So the opening balance for any additions to be made to this line of credit is going to be equal to whatever we have there, and then we deduct whatever we have used already to pay the line of credit. So we have the amount set up there for us. So it is roughly $10 million. So going forward, again, it's a cost score calculation, which the current period's opening balance is equal to the prior period's closing. And then to now adjust for the additions that will be made to this line of credit, we will now take the negative of whatever the repayments were. So that's exactly what we are doing. So the interest that is going to be calculated for these additions that will be made to this line of credit will be based on a standby fees. So the standby fees is the fee that is included to pay this line of credit, no matter what happens to this debt. So once you sign up to take this debt from the bank as your most secure debt, you are liable to pay a standby fees, a fees that even if you revoke the agreement, you must still pay that standby fees. So that is exactly what we are doing in this model. So we are modeling this according to the real world scenario. So that's exactly what we are doing here. So we are saying that there is always going to be a standby fee when you take upon a debt like this for the line of credit. So we have it set up there by the time you sign up for the agreement. So during the time this private equity signed up for the agreement, they had the standby fees year of have it here of 0.5%. So we have to reference that there. Make sure that we have it anchored with F4. So the revolving line of credit standby fees is going to be equal to this standby fees, and we multiply it by the average could be paid within the year. So the average of the beginning and the ending of the balance. So we have it set up there. We can now take this and fill it right with Control R. So what we are saying here is that no matter what happens to the outcome of this debt, you are liable to pay this standby fees. So if ever you revoke the covenant or you revoke the agreement, you say you're no more interested in taking additional debt, you must still pay the standby fees. So that's exactly what this bank is saying, because it is the most secured debt on this capital stack. So going forward, we want to begin accounting for those ending revolving credit line exceed maximum balance. So we want to account for that if here this ending revolving line exceed maximum balance. But first of all, we will want to modify our standby fees to say that it's gonna be the maximum of, I'll explain that later on in a bit, the maximum of this amount and 0. close the bracket, I will press enter. We can copy this, or ESF, business formulas. The reason why we are saying that it should be the maximum is because if there is a negative standby fees, then we cannot pay a negative standby fee. So in this case, we are saying that if ever there was a negative standby fees, then give us a 0 instead. So that's why we take the maximum of whatever is going to be a negative number or 0. So in that case, if there was a negative number, then that max function will make that 0 instead. So we model it like that. It's very, very important if ever things switch around in the model and say that there was a negative standby fees as a result of this debt repayment and issuance of debt, then we will have it fill in here for us, just in here for us as 0 instead of the negative standby fees. So having that set up, and then here we're gonna account this to be equal to, we'll make an if statement saying if the ending balance, if there is if this ending balance so what we are saying here is if this amount here this ending balance, we say if the ending balance is greater than our